crashed since the 23rd of June Brexit vote. The currency fell more than 10% against the dollar. This was the biggest intraday fall in the currency's modern history. And it has also been falling since the beginning of October, after it became clear at the Tory party conference that Theresa May, the Prime Minister, seemed to want to pull the UK towards a, quote, hard Brexit, which would mean departure from the single market. Against the dollar, the UK currency now stands around 90% lower than it was in the week before the referendum, for Britain's trade patterns recently touched its lowest level in history. Dramatic moves. But what does it mean for you? Holidays will become more expensive as a pound buys less abroad. Some airport bureau de changes are already offering less than €1 for every pound. Imports, the price of food and goods, will also become more expensive. That is expected to put up consumer price inflation relatively soon, and in fact we already had a foretaste of that with the battle between Tesco and Unilever over the price of Marmite. If the cost of living rises faster than wages, that will leave us all worse off. Optimists point out that the price of inbound tourism is already cheaper, which is good for the people who work in that sector. The price of UK manufactured goods will also be more competitive in global markets. The descent of sterling is certainly not all bad for the UK economy. Some firms and some households will benefit. But the likelihood is that the negatives will outweigh the positives. And if the financial markets get the impression that the UK is not going to strike an advantageous trade deal with the rest of the European Union, expect the pound to fall even further in the months ahead.
Republican U.S. presidential nominee Donald Trump shakes hands with Democratic U.S. presidential nominee Hillary Clinton at the conclusion of their first presidential debate at Hofstra University in Hempstead, New York.
President Barack Obama embraces Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton on stage at the party's convention in Philadelphia.
Donald Trump's wife Melania delivered a speech at the GOP convention in Cleveland that was later found to have been cribbed in part from Michelle Obama's 2008 convention address.
Hillary Clinton talks to reporters aboard her new campaign plane on Labor Day, 5th of September, her first press conference since 2015.
Donald Trump held a joint press conference with Mexican leader Enrique Peña Nieto in Mexico City in August, hours before reiterating his harsh immigration plans at a campaign rally in Arizona.
Bernie Sanders officially endorsed Hillary Clinton, saying his progressive vision for a transformed America would be best served by the defeat of Donald Trump.
Khizr and Ghazala Khan appeared at the DNC to slam Trump for his stance on Muslim immigration, citing the case of their son Hugh Myung Khan, who was killed in combat while serving as a captain in the U.S. Army in Iraq.
Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson is doing better in polls than any third-party candidate since Ross Perot, 20 years ago.
Green Party candidate Jill Stein, Center, marches with supporters in Colorado. Hillary Clinton and Virginia Senator Tim Kaine at a rally in Kaine's home state in July, days before Ms. Clinton tapped him to be her running mate. Trump on the campaign trail with his vice presidential pick, Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Former UKIP leader Nigel Farage appears at a Trump rally in Mississippi in August, where he told the crowd that he wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton if you paid me.